Hey everyone, good morning. No, this is not Nerf, so I'll ask my regular viewers to be a little bit patient. But this is something I got for Christmas, but I wanted to open it together with all of you. This is the Transformers 40th anniversary collaboration with Knight Rider. So this is Agent Knight. He transforms into KITT. There are lights, there are sound effects, and I think this is really the coolest. I have such a big nostalgic place in my heart for all things Transformers. Just seeing this little barcode on the back with the different powers brings back the memories of seeing those same things on the box for Optimus Prime and POWEROWL and the Dinobots and some of my other favorite Transformers growing up. One of the reasons I haven't opened this for a while is it does not come with batteries for the lights and sounds, and I had to buy some. I got these POWEROWL LR44 batteries. POWEROWL is a great brand of batteries. I reviewed a couple sets on the channel, so I thought, hey, I'll stick with those. Always love the graphics on the back showing the paintings of those epic Autobot and Decepticon battles. Here's a closer look at that Anniversary logo as well. A closer look at the power chart here. And a little preview as to what they're going to look like out of box and transformed. I already know from seeing some other reviews and graphics, I might be getting the kit that lets you tint the windows on KITT so that you can't see all the legs and the stuff inside. Let's not get into nitpicking before I've even opened this up. Well, let's go. I accidentally didn't record any of the overhead unboxing. Not that it was super complicated. Inside, we had this instruction manual on where to put the batteries and how to transform. More on this in a second. We have KITT itself, which looks great transformed. You take out these two screws, and underneath you have these LR44 batteries that go in. It takes 3 of them. So those are all installed. To actually make the light and sounds go, there's a button here on the hood. There are a bunch of different sounds, which is really cool. Also, when we unbox, we have a larger blaster here for a main weapon and a secondary pistol blaster. And we have this little wrist communicator, which can be a little bit tricky apparently to get on his wrist. But once it's on there, it can actually stay on while he transforms. So let's take a look at actually transforming this guy. Oh, and before we do, we can also, using a fingernail here, raise up the lights, which I think is really neat. Now, I wish those had little LEDs in them too, but I know the cost of this is high enough already. So this is a little bit of what I was talking about before, how I might want to get the tint kit, which looks really good if you tint these windows dark black. You can see all of his, folded legs and all that stuff in the car. And I don't know why they would have done that, because it does take a little bit away from this as a model sitting on a shelf. Let's go through the transforming. I don't know that we need the instructions here, but I'm gonna do them step by step, just like they say to do it here. So number 1, we turn it around this way. We flip up these arms like so, and then we flip them around. Try to keep this up. Oh, shoot. This arm came right off. It's just like a ball joint there. Okay, well, we've done that. So number 3, we turn these straight up here. We open up the doors. There we go. Sometimes when you're doing something for the first time, you don't want to press too hard. You worry it might be doing some damage. We flip up or flip out these panels in the back. How do they go? No. We flip up these panels here, revealing that blue paint that's kind of like supposed to be blue jeans for robot mode Agent Knight, which I think is really, really neat. So once we've done that, we open those up. So we're gonna turn them over and the roof part goes up. I feel pretty lame using the instructions here. Then we want to flip all of this. Okay, we separated those legs and now we're flipping these over like this. And then we are putting these flicked back down because these are like covering the legs. We have a lot of articulation here too. So they fold in a way that when you bend that knee, you can still see the bottom. And then his feet here flip up, giving him a pretty solid base to stand on, which I like. And he has little toes that flip out. Always good to have more leverage points for standing. Legs come apart. We already kind of did that. So now this way, the hood, the roof goes back. Here's where we want to take the middle part of the hood because we need his head to stick up. We poke that down through. Or are we 90 degree here? We 90 degree the whole body. That's a pretty standard Transformers action. I'm gonna stick his head up through there And yeah, head goes up. Head goes up and head turns around. I feel like we didn't do something quite right here. His body is still up too far. So there's a part down here where it looks like his body's meant to click in. Once you get it this far and line it up, you just have to push down a little bit further and it will eventually click in. And I think that is it. I'm gonna put some blasters in this guy's hand. 2 blasters, seems like. That's heavily armed. The communicator, I wanna put the communicator on. It looks like the communicator goes on the left hand and just clicks in just like that. And now that can stay on there the whole time. When transformed, there are little slots for the weapons to go into for car mode. It's not supposed to, but I actually found that the communicator being on did interfere with how flat KITT lied. Maybe it's just something about how I've transformed him back and he's not quite in place. Oh man, I don't like, this guy seems to have kind of a loose ball joint here in his articulation. So I guess for that arm, if I'm doing anything where I need to like turn his arm, I'm going to have to hold that shoulder to do it. If he wants to actually look like he's using the communicator, we need to put it up kind of like that. There he is. He looks pretty darn good to me. I love the posability. He's got those big feet. He's got a lot of articulation. As you saw though, I don't like how easy this arm keeps coming off. It's not as big a deal, I guess, when you're getting these figures for a shelf or to pose, but it does kind of beg the question of how much can you even pose it before it falls off again. It might be something that I put a little bit of maybe Teflon tape or something around part of that joint just to make it a little bit more snug. But it is a Knight Rider Transformer. I have a heating fan on in my garage, so I'm going to put this mic right up to the Transformer so you can hear all these sounds. Here we go.
Thank you, sir. I am the voice of Knight Industry 2000's microprocessor, KITT for easy reference. KITT if you prefer. Hold on, this could be a bit bumpy.
So we have all those, and we have a signing off sound, and I think that's pretty much it. I do wish there was a display mode, even though it's hard on batteries, where I could just turn them on, and he would just do the whoosh, 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 as long as I wanted. That doesn't seem to be a thing that he does. I mentioned this briefly before while transforming him. He does have kind of blue plating on his bottom half, and I think that was like an homage to the blue jeans that were worn by Michael Knight, which I think is pretty cool. And this guy looks really great. I love the red visor on him. I love the look of him quite a bit, and he is a proud addition. Is he worth that collector edition money? You got to be a really big fan of Transformers and the old Knight Rider show, and maybe a mid-40s-year-old man with disposable income. I'll let you decide, but I'm pretty happy with him as a display piece. I'm not as happy with him as a toy. Maybe you could argue he's not meant to be that as much, but seems like a little bit of quality control on that left shoulder. I'm gonna leave him in robot mode for now. If you enjoyed this at all, I will soon be doing the Ghostbusters Electron Ecto 1 Transformers crossover. I also got this one for Christmas, and I'm excited to get into it. I've been proudly displaying it. I gotta open it up and check it out. We even have a Slimer in there. How cool is that? This one doesn't have batteries. I wish it had lights and sounds. What a great opportunity it would have been, but it definitely looks cool. That's it for me and Agent Knight, signing off. Let me know what you think of this video. Please don't unsubscribe if you don't care about Transformers. This won't happen very often.